The Patriot League Volleyball Championship took place yesterday. See which team locked up the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament.
And sports injuries are something that looms for every athlete. Join our District Wire sports correspondent Jasmine Ritchie as she uncovers the aftermath of athletic injuries. District Wire Sports starts right now.
Good afternoon, I'm Tommy Bennett.
And I'm Ryan Siegel. President Trump is at it again on Twitter, this time with the founder of the Big Baller brand, LeVar Ball. President Trump tweeted that LeVar Ball was unappreciative of the president after Trump took credit for aiding in the release of Ball's son LiAngelo from China. LiAngelo and two other UCLA players were arrested in China last week for shoplifting. Trump later tweeted that shoplifting is a big deal in China, holding a sentence of 5 to 10 years. Trump also says he should have waited until his next trip to get the players out of jail.
Although the Ball family captured most of the attention on Twitter this weekend, President Trump still has his eyes on NFL players protesting during the national anthem. Trump tweeted this morning saying Marshawn Lynch, running back for the Oakland Raiders, should be suspended for the rest of the season for sitting down during the national anthem. The Raiders played against New England and Mexico yesterday, and Lynch sat down for the U.S. anthem, but stood during the Mexican national anthem.
The Redskins lost a heartbreaker in New Orleans yesterday after blowing a 15-point lead in the last 3 minutes of the game. The Saints stole the game in overtime on a 31-yard field goal by Will Lutz, extending their winning streak to 8 games. The Redskins will host the New York Giants in primetime on Thanksgiving night.
During that loss in New Orleans, the Redskins lost their running back, Chris Thompson. According to Redskins coach Jay Gruden, Thompson has a broken fibula and will miss the rest of the season. The Saints defensive tackle fell into Thompson's right leg while Thompson was setting a block for Kirk Cousins.
According to the Child Development Center, half of all sports injuries are preventable. Our District Wire sports correspondent Jasmine Ritchie covers the aftermath of players with sports-related trauma. Warning, the following video shows sports injuries in action.
Sports are becoming much more competitive each year at an even earlier age. This is leading to an increase in sports-related injuries, such as overuse. Today's coaches and trainers are now focusing to promote safety and strength to protect their players from common preventable injuries.
Recover after a serious injury is just making sure that we're strengthening up the muscles around that joint or around that injury to make sure it doesn't happen again. With like football players, it's a lot of ACLs, MCLs, it's a lot of lower half injuries. Baseball, it's a lot of labrum and elbow injuries.
If coaches and trainers do find themselves with an injured player, physical therapy is transforming into an advanced form of recovery to prevent players from cutting their athletic careers short with high-risk surgeries.
We see a variety of patients coming in, whether it be a rolled ankle or post-op knee surgery. The thing I appreciate working here in physical therapy is that this is something you can use for the rest of your life.
As those players regain their strength post-injury, they have the ability to get back on their court, turf, or track, but many players are hesitant to step back into the game.
I would tell people to push the limits. You know, you really never know what you're made of and what you have unless you step outside of your box.
Modern-day athletes are put through a harder regimen to be faster and stronger than ever before, just as trainers and coaches are held to a higher level of accountability for players' safety and physical well-being. Reporting for District Wire News, this is Jasmine Ritchie.
It's the end of an era for one of NASCAR's greatest driving families. Dale Earnhardt Jr. officially retired from racing this weekend after finishing 25th in his final NASCAR race. Over 18 years in the sport, Earnhardt won 2 Daytona 500s and 14 consecutive Most Popular Driver awards, making him one of the most respected drivers of all time.
A famed Atlanta sporting venue comes tumbling down. An implosion took down the Georgia Dome this morning. The Dome was home to the NFL's Atlanta Falcons for 25 years. It's the only facility in the world to host the Olympics, Super Bowl, and Final Four. Mercedes-Benz Stadium opened next to the Dome just in time for football season this year. Plans are underway to replace the Dome with a hotel, more parking, and green space.
Washington Capitals halted Minnesota's winning streak with a 3-1 victory on Saturday. When we come back, District Wire News correspondent Kelly Ferris will join us in studio with the Caps reporter for the Washington Post.